Hare Krishna, my dear Prabhus, dear Matajis, good morning. If you could see and hear me clearly, isang like naman dyan. Let me see. So yes, kamusta naman kayo? So thank you for also extending your understanding. We discussed about that previously. And those who've watched yung mga videos na shinare ko, that was Pankajangri Prabhu, a very old monk, dedicated his life. 50 years in a temple life. Very glorious, di ba? Sobrang kakaiba. Ang dami ng student din na nag-message sa akin. They had a lot of realizations regarding this kind of passing away. Actually, it is these kind of personalities is the reflection ng spiritual world because they're embodying yung mga teachings and all. So yeah, I've had a chance to met Pankajani Prabhu when I studied in India. A really great teacher. And of course, hello muna. Gusto ko batiin lahat. Hi Adam, Hare Krishna. We have Aika, Hare Krishna. Diana, hello. Donna, Hare Krishna. Gail, Grazel, McCoy Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Milk, Nicole, Hare Krishna Nicole. Noreen, Pebs, Pia, Hare Krishna Pia. JM, Josh, Oliver, and Alette. And others will follow. I think since yesterday afternoon or evening, di pa ako nakaka-reply. After neto, after ng aking mga morning routine, naman ako, reply mode naman. So please forgive me. So you know the drill. We should be in the humble mood, the mood of request as we approach our study ng ating meditation. So let's recite the invocation mantras. Om Ajnana-timirandasya Jananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tashmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Sarasvati Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Vanchakalpataruvhyascha Kripasenduvya Evacha Patitanam Pavanevyo Vaishnavyo Namo Namaha. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vashadi Gaura Bhakta Brinda. Everyone, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So yes, I miss you for yesterday. Miss kayo association. Yung Hare Krishna, Princess, and those who are si Nika. Hello, Hare Krishna, Nika. So we will go deeper and deeper and deeper as we understand Krishna. Ang question nga natin is, ano yung itsura ni Krishna? Not just nung battlefield ng Kurukshetra 5,000 years ago, but this is his eternal form, yung 200 form niya. So there's no scriptures that you could see the detailed description ng form ni God. Of course, kayo na magagaling yung form na yon sa kay Krishna mismo. And his devotees, yung mga nakita sa kanya. Hindi siya ilaw lang or concept of mind lang. That's impersonalism. But Krishna is the supreme person, pero siya yung supreme personality of Godhead. Welcome sa ating relationship with the Supreme. Back to yoga. What did Lord Krishna look like? So this is our last week pala. I think mag-end tayo ng Sabado for this course. So of course, if you want to attend more courses and classes. Madami nakabang. We will announce much more. And fifth batch for the meditation and yoga philosophy. Registration will start very soon. And yung next course natin ng leadership in Krishna consciousness. At the same time, how we could learn yung leadership by the scriptures, yung mga previous emperors and kings. Napakaganda nito. Of all the leadership books na nabasa ko, walang tumalo sa sa scriptures. Mostly dun naka-base yung mga characteristic saka qualities ng leaders. So what did Krishna look like? If you could remember, sige nga, tingnan natin yung mga memory ng mga yogi natin. Sabi, pag malakas ka raw mag-yoga, mataas memory mo. Ano yung 5 relationship na meron yung isang soul kay Krishna? Assignment number 1. Sige. 5 relationship. Kahit yung English lang. Let me see sa chat. Group chat. If you could remember, get your... Nasa introduction ng Bhagavad Gita. First is... So, clue na to First is neutral. Second is awe and reverence. Ano pa yung tatlo? Diniscuss natin nung isang areas. Ito yung katuloy. Ito yung tatlo. Last time, yung fruit vendor, Mataji, as a parent ni Krishna. Yes. Then, friend, we will discuss that. And lover, yan. Kompleto yung kay JM. Passive state, yung neutral. Active, yung awe and reverence. Friend, parent, and conjugal lover. That's the 5 rasa or relationship ng isang soul to the Supreme. Hindi lang siya, yung iba kasi awe and reverence lang Yung iba nga passive, ilaw lang So, this detail na matututunan natin sa Bhakti Yoga. Some would claim, yung Bhakti Yoga, madali lang. Yes, it's easy actually for the simple. Kasi yung iba iniisip nila, sentimental lang yan, emotional. No, this is very deep and scientific. Gusto kasi ng mga tao is yung austerity and penances lang. Nahihirapan sila. Pero that's not love. Nahihirapan lang sila. So yes, we can see in this very nice illustration a little storytelling. Si Krishna sa Vrindavan, he performed his pastimes as a child. So yung mom niya, si Yasoda, saka si Nanda. And originally, they are not like living in like a king or a prince, si Krishna, no. Actually, mailaga nga siya maraming cows sa Vrindavan. And every day, he will bring the calves and the cows sa hills, sa Govardhan Hill. Just in Vrindavan also, para to herd them, para magpastol na sa mga baka. Then, yung mga friends niya, cowherd boyfriends niya, or gopas, ang tawag doon, will come with him also. May mga alaga din sila mga cow. And all their parents, the gopis, will pack them very nice, sumptuous lunch. So, laging ginagawa nila to. They're having picnic. Lunch picnic. So, nakita niya dyan. And they're very sweet. Minsan, nagsusubuan sila. Nagkapalitan sila ng mga baon. Yung mga kalaro ni Krishna, yung mga nanay nila, bibigyan sila ng lunchbox. Meron din para palagi kay Krishna. O para sa ito para kay Krishna. Umiikot yung life nila sa center kay Krishna. So, people are very enamored with this pastime. Even the demigods, pinapanood nila to. And even si Lord Brahma. Si Lord Brahma is yung first living entity that was born here in the material world out of a lotus flower. Siya yung grandfather, siya yung ninuno natin lahat. Si Lord Brahma yun. And also, he's very, siya yung parang head ng mga demigods. So nakikita niya, who's this boy? It seems siya yung supreme personality of Godhead, pero bakit ganun yung activities niya? He's having a picnic sa mga childhood, mga playmates niya, go-pass. Tapos nag-aagawan sila ng pagkain. Minsan nakikita niya yung mga cowherd boys getting yung mga pagkain ni Krishna habang isusubo ni Krishna. Ninanakaw sa kanya. Pero lalo naguluhan si Lord Brahma, yung nakita niya si Krishna mismo, minsan kumukuha din dun sa mga boys ng pagkain. Nag-aagawan sila. Us getting yung mga remnants ng pagkain ni Krishna, that's called prasadam. Kaya nga yung niluluto nating food, we're offering it to Krishna. Then, the remnants will be our prasadam. We will honor it. It will be spiritualized. So, naiintindihan niya yon. Pero nagulat siya bakit si Krishna kumukuha din sa pagkain ng mga boys. So, he wanted to check it out. Gusto ko malaman kung sino itong bata na to. I'll devise a plan. So, nung bumaba siya, nakikita niyo meron siyang Vimana. Ito yan. Like a swan. Tapos dyan nakasakay si Lord Brahma. What he did, tinago ni Lord Brahma yung mga calves and cows. So, doon nakita ni Krishna sa mga coward boys, teka lang, nasaan yung mga cows natin? Tapos gusto nila hanapin. Sabi ni Krishna, hindi, sige, kain lang kayo dyan. Ako na yung maghahanap sa kanila. So, tumayo si Krishna, pumunta siya doon sa mga ibang places, hinahanap niya yung mga cows and calves. Yung hindi niya makita, babalik siya doon sa spot kung saan sila nagla-lunch. Nakita niya wala rin yung mga boys. So, of course, si Krishna, he knows everything. Alam niya, it is a trick of Lord Brahma. He's demigod. Okay. Si Brahma gusto makipaglaro, then I'll play. What Krishna did, he expanded himself. So, yan. Kumakain sila. Si Lord Brahma to dumating. What Krishna did, he expanded himself sa lahat ng nawawalang mga gopas. And parehong-pareho yung itsura. So, nag-expand siya sa body ni Shridam, sa body ni Madhu Mangal, ay yung mga names ng mga kalaro niya. Same features, same voice, same gestures. But of course, the difference is si Krishna rin yun. Pati yung mga calves, nag-expand din siya. Same, parehong-pareho. So what happened was, nakatago yung mga original na gopa sa mga calves, Si Krishna, nag-expand siya ng sarili niya. So, tinapos nila yung pagkain, yung picnic. Umuwi sila sa Brindavan. Then, umuwi sila dun sa yung mga gopas umuwi sa bahay ng mga parents nila. Yung mga cows umuwi dun sa mga cows. Pero ito yung kakaibang trick. So, habang nangyayari yun, nag-serve pa rin yung mga parents dun sa gopas. Tapos, yung mga cows dun sa mga calves. Sobrang tuwan-tuwa sila. Sabi ko, special naman yung anak ko. Love na love ko yung anak ko. Pero bakit parang may extra affection ako sa kanya? Not knowing na si Krishna lahat yon. Then of course, diniscuss natin na yung time ng mga demigods is very different sa time dito sa material world. Sa earth, nasa material world pa rin naman sila. So yung 6 months doon, 6 months dito, 1 day lang nila. Pero kay Lord Brahma, mas mataas pa. Mas grabe yung time niya. So, yung 1 moment doon, 1 year na dito. Sandali lang doon. 1 moment lang. 1 moment means parang pumikat ka lang ng eyelids mo. So, tinago niya sandali. Tapos yung ibabalik na niya, 1 year na kagad yun. Gano'n kay Lord Brahma. Pero he was bewildered nung babalik na si Lord Brahma dun sa scenario. And ibabalik na niya yung mga childhood friends si Krishna. Pagtingin niya, andun si Krishna, andun yung mga kalaro, andun yung mga calves. Tapos narito si Brahma. Imagine mo may 4 heads na siya. Nalito pa siya, hindi niya maintindihan. Teka lang, tinago ko sila, andun pa nga sila eh. Tapos pagtingin niya sa Vrindavan, andun si Krishna, tapos andun yung mga kalaro, tapos andun yung calves. Krishna, knowing the bewilderment ni Brahma, what he did is, pinakita niya yung form niya. So, ito yung mga coward boys. Ito yung mga expansion niya. And nakita ni Lord Brahma to. Then he realized he committed a great offense. Hindi lang sa normal na tao. Sa Supreme Personality of Godhead pa. Na-realize niya, si Krishna lahat yung nag-expand na yun. Of course, siyempre, binalik na niya yung mga kupas. With all humility, his ego was crushed. And he wanted to say sorry kay Krishna. Ask for forgiveness. Yan. Before niyan, this is Lord Brahma and other demigods, even si Shiva. Si Mother Earth, this is Bhumi, the cow, and other demigods. So they always go to pole star, ang tawag doon. Dhruva Loka. Ito yung pole star na nakita natin. Dhruva Loka yon. Doon may ocean of milk and si Vishnu nakahiga doon. Si Rodakasha yung Vishnu. Expansion ni Krishna. And sila palagi nagkipray kay Vishnu na there's a problem here in the material world, may demon, hindi namin makontrol, or nawala na yung religious principles, watered down na, please come, please incarnate. Si Lord Brahma yung palagi nag-request niyan. Siya yung head ng mga demigods. Siya yung nag-request kay Krishna bumaba. Pero di ba na-bewildered siya? So even people in position, hindi sila immortal or invincible to commit mistakes. Even Lord Brahma. Imagine mo yung na-handle niya, leader siya and nag-manage siya ng buong universe. Nagkakamali siya. But of course, what he did is very exemplary. He asked for forgiveness kay Krishna with all humility. That's Lord Brahma. Offering flowers, offering prayers, chanting Krishna's name, bowing down. And he prayed a very nice set of verses and mantras, which is being, chanted in different places and different saintly persons in mga yogis. Tinatawag itong Brahma Samhita. He described Krishna. Ano itsura ni Krishna, he's glorifying Krishna, the greatness ni Krishna, saka yung sweetness ni Krishna. These are very few verses sa Brahma Samhita. Yung mga yogis, yung iba rito, sinanta nila to. Depende sa mga yoga schools ninyo. Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarvakara Karana Karanam Chintamani Prakarasad Masukalpa Briksha Lakshavrite Surabir Abhipalayantam Lakshmi Sahasrashata Sambrahma Sevyayamanam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. So these verses, tuloy-tuloy yun, sinachant ni Lord Brahma. Sobrang dami na ito. Glorifying Krishna. Describing Krishna's pastimes, describing Krishna's glories, and yung forms niya, yung itsura niya. And Krishna is very sweet. Not just by action and behavior. You can see his sweet smile, sidelong glances, and yung features niya sa katawan. Bakit natin inaaral palagi yung ganito? Because we don't want to meditate on nothingness. We don't want to meditate on voidism, blank lang, or energy lang. No, Krishna has a form. You have a form? As a human being have a form? Si Krishna lalo, pero he's the supreme. Ito yung form ni Krishna na tribanga, three folds. Ito yung isang translation. Let's read. Krishna, who is known as Govinda, is a supreme Godhead. He has an eternal blissful spiritual body. He is the origin of all. He has no other origin, and he is the prime cause of all causes. So imagine, this is coming from Lord Brahma. Si Lord Brahma, sa kanya galing si Lord Shiva. Sa kanya galing si Kali. Lahat ng mga demigods galing kay Lord Brahma. Expansion. Si Lord Brahma galing kay Lord Vishnu. But si Lord Brahma is telling si Krishna yung cause of all causes. this beautiful blue young boy. He's worshipping Govinda. Another name ni Krishna, Govinda. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, the first progenitor who is tending the cows, yielding all desire, in abodes filled with spiritual gems, surrounded by millions of purpose trees, always served with great reverence and affection by hundreds of thousands of Lakshmis or Gopis. So he's describing yung spiritual world. Spiritual world, lahat doon, spiritual gems. Yung maliliit na mga bato doon, spiritual gems. You cannot compare that into the wealth na meron sa material world. All the demigods, they wanted to become that dust sa spiritual world. Why? Because Krishna would step wherever there. They will have association kay Krishna. Meron din doon mga kalpabriksha, wish-fulfilling trees. Ito yan. You can wish whatever, whenever, kung ano mang pwede mo i-wish. And he is being served by Lakshmis or Gopis. Si Vishnu, he was being served by one Lakshmi. Si Shiva, meron siyang Parvati. Pero si Krishna, thousands and millions of Gopis and Lakshmis. One Lakshmi, meron tayo rito sa word Lakshmi with Vishnu and Lakshmi. He's the source of all wealth. Siya nga yung tatawag na goddess of fortune. Yung mga yogis tawag nila sa money is Lakshmi. Pero millions of them are worshiping Krishna. So imagine how sweet yung prayers and mantras ni Lord Brahma. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is adept in playing on his flute, with blooming eyes like lotus petal, with head decked with peacock's feather, with a figure of beauty tinged with the hue of blue clouds, and his unique loveliness charming millions of gopis. Kandarpa. Ito yun. Kandarpa Kotikamaniya. Si Cupid, galing siya sa Vedic the scriptures. Si Kandarpa yon. Of course, in the history, when the Greek mythology, because it's a mythology, copied a lot from the demigods and all. Sila Indra, sila Zeus yun. Ito si Cupid, si Kandarpa talaga siya. Ang job niya talaga, ni Cupid, magpanain yung mga tao. May 5 kinds of arrows siya. Discuss natin next time yon. 5 kinds of arrows. Pag tinamaan ka ng different kinds of arrows, iba-iba yung effect sa'yo. Pero sobrang attractive ni Cupid. Nababalo lahat sa kanya. The only thing is, si Cupid, millions of Cupids actually, are attracted kay Krishna. So, ganun ka-attractive si Krishna. Ganun siya, todo ka-attractive. Kandarpa, Kotikamaniya. Yan. Meron peacock feather si Krishna. We cannot imitate that. Maglagay ka ng peacock feather, si Krishna ka na, no? And all the demigods, walang may peacock feather, si Krishna lang. Because he's the most beautiful and most beautiful dancer. Yung peacock nakita mo pag sumasayaw sila, yung feathers nila nag-vibrate. Tapos they're dancing like a show. Pero si Krishna, sobrang witty niya. Nakipaglaro siya sa mga peacock, tapos sumasayaw din siya. Ni-imitate niya. Pero sobrang galing niya. Lahat ng peacock na may sa kanya, natulala. Then the principal peacock, yung pinaka-leader nila, kinuha yung isang feather inilagay kay Krishna. They're offering. Siya yung pinakamagaling sumayaw. Yung pinakamaganda. So, kaya alam niyo na bakit may peacock si Krishna. Diba? You would not see anyone na may peacock na ibang personalities. Nakita niyo kung gaano kadetalyado yung mga description kay Krishna. When you meditate, mas makikita mo palalo. Pero you would learn from the scriptures. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, round whose neck is swinging a garland of flowers, beautified with the moon locket. So may pendant na moon locket, and may mga garlands of flowers, whose hands are adorned with the flute and jeweled ornaments, who always reveals in pastimes of love, who always revels in pastimes of love, whose graceful threefold bending form of Shamasundar is eternally manifest. Yung threefold form ni Krishna playing the flute. Tapos meron siya locket with jewelries and garland. Itong garland na to hindi normal na garland lang meron din sa Philippines or sa material world. This spiritual world na mga flowers. And may mga ornaments. Yung mga hands niya. Yung mga ornaments na to magaganda. Pero hindi siya yung cause bakit maganda si Krishna. Actually, si Krishna yung cause bakit gumaganda yung mga jewelries na to. Lalo pag nilagay sa kanya. Baliktad. In the material world, kaya mo maglagay ng mga ornaments para gumanda ka. Ma-highlight yung face mo. Di ba? Sa salamin or sa earrings, depende sa shape ng mukha mo. No, this one, pag nilagay sila kay Krishna, doon sila gumaganda. Baliktad. Maganda sila, pero mas gaganda pa sila pag nilagay kay Krishna. And yung mga pastimes niya is very relishable. Yan. This Govinda, the lover of the cows. Cows. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, whose transcendental form is full of bliss, truth, substantiality, and is thus full of the most dazzling splendor. Each of the limbs of that transcendental figure possesses in himself the full-fledged function of all the organs. The eternally sees, maintains, and manifests the infinite universes, both spiritual and mundane. So we understand that we're not the body, asa, we're the spirit soul. We are having this body as our vehicle. This is material. And the soul is eternal, blissful, and knowledgeable. But si Krishna is different. Pupunta siya rito, he's not being embodied by matter. No, everything is spiritual. So, yung function ng eyes niya, pwedeng gawin sa function ng hands niya. So, you offer the food in his picture, he can eat it by just seeing it. You cannot limit yung kaya gawin ni Krishna based on our capabilities lang. That's in the well mentality. No. Krishna is all spiritual. Yung body niya is all spiritual. And lahat nga daw, we could compare to lotus. Very lovely. And yung mga so yan, yung threefold na form niya is very important. Si Krishna lang din gumagawa nun. And from that beautiful form, yung spiritual world sa material world galing dun sa kanya. Last verse, I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is inaccessible to the Vedas, but obtainable by pure unalloyed devotion of the soul. Who is without a second, who is not subject to decay, is without a beginning, whose form is endless, who is the beginning, and the eternal Purusha, or enjoyer yung Purusha. Yet, he is a person possessing the beauty of blooming youth. So, yung thinking ng ibang tao na si God kasi yung pinakamatanda, sa kanya yung source ng lahat. So, puti na yung buhok niya, matanda na siya, para ugod-ugod lang, mahaba yung balbas, tapos nakaupo lang sa trono. No. Krishna is having an eternal blooming youth. Para lang siyang palaging 16 years old. So, wala kang makita si picture ni Krishna matanda. No. Doon na yun. From baby hanggang 16 years old. Kahit nasa war siya, parang kahit 100 years na siya doon sa yung body niya doon sa war na yon. Yung sa pastime na yung spiritual body niya doon. Mukha pa rin siya 16 years old. He is inaccessible. Kahit gamitan mo ng mga iba't ibang basahin mo yung buong Vedas. Or kung anong energy, anong yoga, anong crystals, anong magic gawin mo, anong mystic practices, kundalini, o ano man, ano pa ba, diba? Kahit anong asana gawin mo, you will not attain Krishna. Hindi ganun ka-cheap yun. Hindi siya by pain, by material na bagay, or by power. No. Katiting lang sa kanya yun eh. Sa kanya galing din lahat yun eh. Only by unalloyed, very pure love and devotion kay Krishna. one could attain and have his darshan. Other than that, no. Even nga, maging matalino ka sa Vedas eh. Pero without love, only love could conquer Krishna. Remember, if one offers me with love and devotion, a leaf, flower, or water, fruit or water, he will accept it. Kasi yung kinukuha niya yung love. All these material things, all this energy, all those na pwede natin ibigay. Sa kanya naman galing yun eh. Pero the love, kaya tinatawag siyang Bhakti Yoga. That's the real connection. That's the missing link. And He is the eternal enjoyer. Meaning, we're the servant. Siya yung pinag-servan natin. Pwede tayo mag-serve sa senses o sa material na bagay. But the goal of Bhakti Yoga is to know where to direct that service. Loving service. Hindi service out of parang work lang, na 8 to 5. No, with love. So this is Krishna. A very beautiful form ni Krishna. Ang dami pang description sa pastimes and itsura ni Krishna. Pag binabasa nyo to, very detailed. Diba? If you have Krishna book with you, you can read them. Dun sa mga bundle A yata yun, saka bundle C. May Krishna book doon. I-describe yung mga pastimes niya. Even yung footprints niya, may markings yung paan niya. Para malaman mo na si Krishna nag-incarnate, may mga markings din yung paan niya. So, may markings yung paan ni Krishna. At the same time, yung mga pastimes niya, even yung mga fruits niya, different fruit niya, may iba-ibang name and iba-ibang size yun. So, napakadaming detail na pwede natin i-meditate on. Sabi nga, if you want to love a person, you should know a lot of things about almost everything niya. Diba? Anong gusto niya, anong ayaw niya, anong itsura niya, diba? Anong favorite niya, anong hindi niya favorite, sino yung kaibigan niya. Diba? You cannot say I love you to a person na ilaw lang, tapos di mo alam yung pangalan, di mo alam yung itsura, di mo alam yung pastime, tapos wala kayong relationship, wala kang nabibuild na relationship. That is why this is personalist practice, yung Bhakti Yoga. This is the topmost of all. One could meditate on the light, hanggang light sila, pero they have to go beyond that, which is knowing Krishna in detail. We would learn and understand this by the help ng ating mga teachers. And one of it is yung mga books na to. So get your japa malas. Now we don't need to meditate on Krishna just imagining kung ano itsura niya. He's giving. His devotees is also giving kung ano itsura niya. So the best na makapag-describe sa itsura ni Krishna is si Krishna mismo. And yung mga devotees niya, which is si Lord Brahma. Nung nakita siya. So yes, pinatawad ni Lord Krishna si Lord Brahma. So it's a one way of sa leadership. Leader to si actually great leader to si Lord Brahma. Pero tinago niya. Kinausap niya ng personal si Lord Brahma. And he worshiped. He bowed down. He put himself lower. Diba? Kung naalala niyo sa Arjuna, ganun din, may turning point siya. So in the humble mood, we are approaching our Japamala. Krishna and His name are non-different. So if you're chanting Hare Krishna, kasama mo si Krishna nun. Bakit di natin nare-realize? Because we need to be pure enough to have that realization. Iisip kasi natin, sounds lang siya. Pero this is not material vibration. This is spiritual vibration. So this is Krishna. He invested everything sa names niya. So we could easily approach Him. Yung goal natin si Krishna, yung process, si Krishna rin. So that's why we are chanting with that humble mood, meditating on Krishna's form. Very sweet form ni Krishna. So get your Japamala. Let me see. So today we will meditate on Krishna's form in the humble mood. Let's request na we could always see Him everywhere, remember Him every time, and will not forget Him. Also to have the taste to chant Krishna's name and realize soon na si Krishna and yung name niya is non-different. So we could really feel Krishna. The secret sa chanting is consistency. Sa umpisa, lahat ng bagay masarap gawin sa umpisa. The question is, paano mo i-maintain? Tests will be there, challenges, di ba? Pero may pera ka, wala, happy ka or hindi. We need to chant. That's just in the perception of the mind. Happiness and this summer and winter will come. But our meditation for Krishna should not be disturbed by any circumstances. We should be, how do you call this? Dhiras. We should be sober in that kind of realization na we should be connected kay Krishna palagi. It's a very nice gift kay Krishna for us for us to know Him personally. And of course, we should be grateful sa ating mga spiritual teachers because they're teaching us how to, in the proper mood and in the detail, kung ano yung names, forms, and pastimes ni Krishna. So maraming mga stories pa kay Krishna. But now, we will meditate first. So find your comfortable position. This is a relationship to Krishna. Trying to connect to Krishna in that beautiful form. We're trying to drink the nectar nung darshan niya, yung sight kay Krishna, His form through our eyes. And be drunk with that spiritual love. So if memorize mo na yung mantras, you can close your eyes. 100% with the attention in hearing and chanting clearly from the heart. Inhale. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasudeva Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. From the heart, chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bring back your mind, focus on the chanting and hearing, and meditate on Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Chant from your heart these remaining beads. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda. Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivashadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda. So you can type 108 if you're finished, and you can open your cameras. And if you're done, please chant the Panchadadma mantra. So it should be chanted before, in the middle of rounds, and after the round. So yes. So please open your cameras. And thank you sa mga nagka-chat sa akin. Just to tell yung chanting nila. Music to my ears. Hello. Nicole. Yeah, ito pala si Princess. I'll show you the Panchadhatma mantra. Or you have a copy there. Si Naomi sobra 109. Good. So let's have a group photo. And please show yourself sa camera. Hello, Pebs. Tingnan si Milk. Naka-bucket hat ba si Milk na yan? Show yourself, Milk. Si Lord Jagannath. Jai Jagannath. Ganda na niya. Tatlo ba sila or isa pa lang nagagawa mo? Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra? Isa pa lang. Sige. Next time, gagawin mo na yung brother sa aking sister niya. Sige, picture tayo, everyone. Teka lang. Count of 3, eyes in the camera. And 1, 2. Yeah, humabol si Gail. Show yourself, Gail. Count of 3, ah. 1, 2, and 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. My dear Prabhus and dear Matajis, it's always sweet to have your darshan. Darshan is yung makita yung presence ninyo. And also, your association. Even online, maraming salamat. Soon, magkikita tayo physically. Patapusin lang natin tong COVID na to. And some, of course, I will meet, let me know, I'll be in South, specifically Parañaque soon, and Manila. Yan. May kailangan lang akong i-record ngayon kaya hindi ako lumabas ng for some time. Meron kaming podcast. So thank you very much. If you have some question, you can put in the camera. I mean, in the chat box. And if you need to go, please be extra careful and sensitive and lovely and kind to others. That's the best way to give Krishna to others is by our actions. If they're really interested, show them the book or invite them sa ating 5th batch. Yan. And may assignment tayo, film review yung sa, how do you call this? Film review natin sa YouTube. Sa YouTube yun, I mean. The Joy of Devotion. Another assignment. So maganda yun. It's a practical side, how we practice Krishna consciousness in our lives. So yes, finish your rounds if you're chanting more than once. Or you can chant more kasi minimum lang siya. So kita-kita tayo tomorrow, same time. Let's read. Ay, hindi. Bago umalis yung iba, batiin ko muna. Princess, Veronica, RJ, si Josh, hello, Adam, Pebs, Oliver, si Carla, si Nicole, Sofia, si Alat McCoy, Christine, Naomi, Milk, Aika, si JM, si Grazel, si Aris, and si Donna. Yes. So let's read. Oliver, Prabhu granted the limitation and subjective view of beauty of us humans. How is it that Lord Krishna and the demigods look like Indians only? Di ba si Jesus, for instance, look like a white man? Kasi actually, nagpaint kay Jesus Christ, nobody really actually documented ang itsura ni Christ. Jesus. Di ba? Hindi naman siya white man talaga. Sa Middle East nga siya, di ba? So, that's the power ng scriptures. It was described there kung ano talaga itsura. Yung sasabing mukhang Indians lang, kasi yung mga hindi talaga, yung mga artist lang na Indian, they're making Krishna look like Indian lang. Pero hindi. Hindi nga siya subjected ng ng countries Spiritual view, spiritual beauty meron siya, yung mga demigods and all. Nakapunta ka ba sa India, may mga gold ba silang crown doon? Wala naman, di ba? Saka mga armlet and all. So, wala. Yung damit, kasi some of the Indians are maintaining that Vedic culture. Pero hanggang ngayon makikita mo sa traces sa mga ibang cultures yung mga Vedic na mga ornaments, damit, di ba? Punta ka sa Indonesia, even sa Philippines, yung traces ng mga natin, di ba? Mga patterns, colors, same. Right. I'm only basing this on the depiction that I have seen so far. Yes. Ayun nga yun. Paano kung hindi lahat nagagandaan sa mukhang Bombay? Prabhu, are we really seeing ang accurate image? Pag yung painter is under guidance ng spiritual master din, nasa line. Kaya yung mga nasa books ng Sri Prabhupada, yung mga artists na yun are being guided by Sri Prabhupada kung ano itsura ni Krishna. Other than that, yung iba kasi talaga nagka-paint lang out of their imagination, which is hindi tayo nasa ganun level mag-imagine, no? We're always wanting to do things, especially like this painting, na depiction kung saan talaga galing. Anong description? Like, Brahma Samhita, kay Lord Brahma, siya nag-describe eh. So, the artist should know this. Tapos, kailangan meron siyang teacher to guide kung ano itsura ni Krishna. Other than that, ayun nga, magmumukha siyang parang Bollywood lang. May mga painting na ni Radha Krishna na mukhang Bollywood na parang ang sensual lang ng dating. Parang, so hindi siya accurate. You would see yung mga accurate images ni Krishna na gawa ng mga devotees din. Just like the Bhagavad Gita, marami nag-translate. Pero hindi siya accurate. Wala rin siyang power. Kasi yung gumawa sa kanya is author lang. Ganon din sa arts. One should really be guided. Are we just seeing through the eyes of artists? Yes. So, hopefully na-answer yon. So, we should see yung itsura ni Krishna through the eyes ng scriptures. And yung painter lang is trying to put into visual sa material sense natin yung nasa scriptures. Other than that, magiging katulad ng sabi mo, yung eyes lang ng artist. Diba? Gawin pa niyang abstract si Krishna o kaya yung mga Pablo Picasso style. No, iba yung beauty ni Krishna. And pag nakita mo, binasa mo talagang na they painted Krishna out of love then, service then. So, ang sarap makita yung mga ni Krishna, picture ni Krishna. When will it start po yung next batch niya? I have to check yung calendar. Papalagpasin ko lang tong si Eclipse saka si Meteor Shower. So, wag kayong tontuwa sa eclipse sa meteor shower. All the inauspiciousness andun. Ayun daw yun. Si eclipse, yung nagko-cover sa sun or sa moon, nagko-cover doon is si Rahu. That's the immortal, hindi ba immortal? Long life head ng isang demon na si Rahu. Kwento ko yung story na next time. O mamaya pag wala na. So, papalagpasin ko lang yon bago mag-start yung 5th batch. So, yeah. Same sentiment. Nasagot ko ba yung Adam yung same kay Krishna? So, yeah. We don't need to paint or draw or gumawa ng arts kay Krishna na based on our sentiment. Our perception lang. Feeling ko ganito, no? We should rely this on the scriptures. Just like the Nazarene. Some will think si Christ is black talaga. Hindi, this is just because of his form in that Nazarene. Naging itim siya. Nakakita ko story, parang na-burn or ba't siya nagtolo itim or yung wood lang. Diba? Pero one should not think na black si Christ kasi yung body ni Jesus is Middle Eastern. Kumakain siya kasama ba? Tas swan po ba yung nasa himpapawid? Yes. Swan yon. That's the spaceship ni Lord Brahma. That's a swan. Pero hindi birong swan yun. Para may castle na nakasakay doon. Ano yun? Transcendental span yun. Kaya yung mga ancient aliens, yung mga milik sa aliens, nakakornean ako kasi bilog-bilog lang. No? Hindi sila ganun ka lang. Yung mga gamit nila mga Vimana. Buong city yung lumilipad. Diba? Hindi mo kailangan na Diba? Yes, yun. Ayun yun. Si Brahma. I'll show you. That's Brahma. And that's his... Yes, this one. Ito yung isa. Ito, may castle pa siya. Si Lord Brahma. Ayan. Si Lord Indra, yung sakyan niya is si Airavata, an elephant. Si Krishna, pag nanonood ka ng Little Krishna, ang laging yung sinasakyan si Garuda, the big eagle. Is there a book, Bhagavad Swatam? Srimad Bhagavatam. That's the book. Ay, sige lang. Madilim pero makikita niyo ba? Srimad Bhagavatam. Ito yung set na nasa likod ko. Ay, madilim. Hindi niyo makikita. Nandun. I'll open the lights. So, So, kita nyo na yun dito. Yung marami nandun. So, that's Srimad Bhagavatam. That is actually the cream of all the Vedas. If you want to learn the whole Vedas, it was condensed with the same author, which is si Krishna rin, incarnation niya, si Vyasadeva, sa Vedas. So, yes, si Vyasadeva is an incarnation ni Krishna. Hindi siya normal na tao lang. Nakita ko yung pinost ni, sino ba nag-post nun? Si Alet yata. Hindi nibati daw siya. Yan, yan, Srimad Bhagavatam yun, Noemi. Ano ba ibig sabihin ng maraming snakehead na image po? Madaming may snakehead na image. Okay, I'll show you. That's Anantashesh. Wala dito. Sige, I'll Google. Si Vishnu, hindi, meron. Si Vishnu, nakahiga siya kay Anantashesh. Ito, snakehead. That's actually his brother din, si Balaram. Incarnation niya yan. So, he is giving a shade kay Vishnu. Yan. Pero may pastime si Krishna where he killed yung maraming snakehead din. Si Kaliya. Diba, yung mga may anak ng Little Krishna. Hindi ko lang kung napaload mo na yun, Carla. So yes, different pastimes din yun. Itong si Anantasesh, dito siya nakahiga, di ba? Nag-incarnate pa siya uli. Kasi nakita niya si Shiva sumasayaw kay Vishnu. And si Vishnu was being pleased. Bumibigat siya. Si Anantasesh wanted to please Vishnu rin. So nag-incarnate siya as Patanjali. So dyan na nanggaling yung mga yoga asanas ninyo. Yan. I think even the greatest artists find it very hard to depict deities kasi their image are beyond our human perception, like Krishna's universal form. Yes. Hindi basta-basta. That's why beyond siya nung imagination din natin, beyond siya ng vision na nakikita ng mga artists. We need to see it as Sastra Chakshus. The Sastra is scriptures, Chakshus is the eyes. We should see it in the eyes of the scriptures. That's like what we're doing. We're studying the yoga philosophy, di ba? So paglabas mo ngayon in real life, real life din to, pero in your life, outside the class, makikita mo, okay, ito yung death. Okay, ito yung stress. Ito yung turning point. Diba? Ganon din sa arts. Diba? Ganon din sa music. May mga raga and all. By the help of the scriptures and guided ng mga saintly persons saka ng teacher, spiritual teacher. Yeah, like what I'm saying, kung artist ka, pag pumunta ka sa India, mabaliw ka. Araw-araw, art show. Kahit saka tumingin. Why do we have to worship deities, Prabhu? Because we don't have a spiritual eye. We have a material eye. So, yung material eye natin, very limited. Just like also yung hearing natin, we can hear certain decibels. Pero hindi mo maririnig yung, may whistle para sa aso, hindi mo maririnig yun. Diba? O kaya yung sonar, yung katulad ng ginagamit ng mga dolphins. Hindi maririnig yun. Yung eyes natin ganun din, hindi mo makita yung vibration sa radiation. Kailangan pa siya ma-receive ng computer para yung wifi, saka alam mo yun. Or yung voice ko, kailangan dumaan doon sa mga yun. So we have very limited. And hindi natin basta-basta makikita si Krishna. Just like the wind. You cannot say hindi mo siya nakikita, wala yung wind dyan. Para mararamdaman mo. Pero pag kumuha ka ng AC, okay, ito yung magbibigay sa akin ng concentrated na air. Mararamdaman mo siya. Same with deities. That is form ni Krishna. Idol worship is imagination. Gagawin kong worshipable tong bato na to. Gagawin kong worshipable ba tong inukit ko na to. Diba? Feeling ko ito yung spirit animal ko. Just concocted. Diba? So, yung deity worship is galing sa scriptures. Mismo yung pag-deity worship galing kay Krishna. Yung itsura ni Krishna, saka yung mga elements na gagamitin doon. The bell metal, marble and all. Wood, sinabi rin doon. How to worship Krishna, andun din yun. Kumbaga, the perfect analogy is, hindi na uso ngayon, pero kung na-experience niyo yung mailbox, Hindi sa email yung mailbox mismo sa labas ng bahay. Or kaya pag maghulog ka ng sulat, di ba? May mail post. Pwede kang gumawa ng sarili mong mailbox or mga mail post. Kahit sobrang ganda niyan. Gawin mo pang Andy Warhol yung style ng painting mo dyan. O kaya mag-basket ka pa. Pero kung hindi siya authorized ng post office, hindi kukunin yung sulat na ilalagay mo doon. Gets? Kahit lagay ka lang maraming magagandang sulat doon, kahit maglagay ka pa ng pera, hindi kukunin ng post office na kasi hindi authorized yun eh. Hindi na authorized post box yun or yung mail post yun eh. Diba? So kung yung authorized ng post office, dun ayun yung ma-receive. Same thing with deity worship. So not in lahat ng mga taong ginagawa nilang mga concoction is to be worship. Kasi yan nga concocted lang nila yun. Idol worship yun. That's the big difference. Idol worship versus deity worship. That's why yung ibang practice ng Christianity ayon na ayon sa mga Catholics. Kasi nga ganito, wala sa scriptures ng biblical scriptures yung ewan ko kung may I'm not that well versed. I've read the Bible pero I'm not well versed. Yung deity worship wala doon. Kasi like si Moses, diba pagbaba niya dala-dala niya yung 2 tablet, the 10 Commandments. iPad Pro yun. 10 Commandments. Pagbaba niya, diba nakita niya yung mga tao nag-worship ng kung ano ng image. Diba? Tapos nagalit siya. Kasi that's idol worship. Just like worshiping money or ginagawa ng tao yun, di ba? May mga collection sila ng sneakers, may collection sila ng tas, di ba, ang ganda ng lugar, may mga bags. Pag tinigan mo yung bahay nila, yung altar nila, ang dumi-dumi. Di ba? They're worshiping the items, the material things, more than yung altar nila doon. Or minsan talaga walang altar. Minsan yung sentro ng bahay nila is magandang television. Same. It's like idol worship then. So yes, that's deity worship, authorized ng scriptures, sadhus, and ng teachers. At the same time, si Krishna even kapag bumababa siya, specifically kay Lord Chaitanya, nag-descend siya as an avatar niya si Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya even did deity worship. And he's a Jagannath Bhakta, si Milk. Yan. Lord Jagannath Bhakta siya. Baka devotee ng Lord Jagannath. Yan. May Little Krishna rin sa Netflix. No? You can see yan. Sa YouTube ko siya nakita before. Bakit po madaming gods, deities, and demigods? Yes, demigods sila. Oh, yeah. May mga deities din sila, but you don't have to, like in Krishna consciousness, we don't worship the demigods. We pay respect. You cannot just put them in equal sa same altar kay Krishna. Ayaw nila yun. Mabad trip sila sa'yo. Sila nag-worship kay Krishna tapos inaano mo sila. Parang loyal sila sa president tapos silang yung mga mayor nilalagay mo ng pera under the table. Ayaw nila yun. They're much more happy kapag nakita nila you're serving directly yung the servant ni Krishna or then offering kay Krishna. Hindi na kailangan dumaan sa demigod. But we pay utmost respect sa mga demigods. Sometimes kapag mga, ayun nga, appearance day nila, ganon, we worship, pero not the same level kay Krishna. Kasi even sa Lord Brahma, he's saying si Krishna is supreme. Parang nakakalito ng andaming parang sa Catholic. Catholic kasi andaming santo, mga saints. May kanya-kanyang mino-worship for such intention. Bawal din directly to him. Naalala ko yung bago mag-board exam. You have to worship this. Nakalimutan ko sinong saint yun para pumasa daw ng board. Tapos may santo para mabuntis ka. You can ask them to pray. Pray for us. Madalas ganun. That's the right mood. Pero hindi sila yung magbibigay sa'yo nun. Alam mo yung ang daming practice na water down lang eh. Ang dami lang gumagawa kaya mukhang legit. Pero if you really read the Bible, saka yung mga teachings talaga, na water. Yeah. Not really, I'm not against with practice ng Catholic. Ang daming okay na. Follow the 10 Commandments, solid ka na, di ba? Love your neighbors. Bawal ka mag-chismis. Love your neighbors. Do not kill, di ba? That vegetarian ka. Ang dami. Follow mo lang talaga yun, di ba? Problema, People are not following. May kulang pa ba ako na homework? Ay, Naimi, madami. Madami. Parang bridge, ganun po. Yan. Parang bridge. They will help you. Like a messenger. Like a secretary. Hindi ka pwedeng rumekta sa presidente. Pa-appointment ka muna. Parang, sabi ni Diyos, pwede din po ba kami maglagay ng ganyan in our forehead? Ask Krishna ko. Yes, this is tilak. Pag nag-open na si Braj gift shop sa online, there are tilak. This is made of the dust dun sa Ganges River. Yan. I'll teach you how. Saka dun pagpunta natin sa Little Temple course kay Navadip Chandra Prabhu. Next time, sa camera ako magtitilak. Yan. Sa buong body naman yan. Pero dito lang ito show ko sa inyo. Tapos may mga mantras din yan. Sino po yung huling reincarnation ni Krishna? Pag nag-reincarnate po ba siya same birthplace or nag-iiba-iba din po? Huling incarnation ni Krishna is Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Just 500 years ago. Golden form ni Krishna. Combination ni Krishna and Srimati Radharani. No, not same place. Si Krishna is Vrindavan, although India rin. Si Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Mayapur. Ba't ganon Krishna, Radhacharan? Scored. Excuse. Laging India. Parang capital kasi talaga nila dati yon. Kasi yung buong mundo naman is just one world. Saka doon yung mga devotees niya eh. Ba't siya pupunta sa Pilipinas? Hindi naman siya kilala dito. Yun niya rito. So, saan yung mga devotees na doon siya? Saan yung gusto siya makasama? Doon siya pupunta. Meron Prabhu, nahanap ko lang. Yan, sa Netflix yan. So, ayun nga. Sige, reincarnation. Eclipse. One time, they were churning. Ano mo yung pag china-churn? Pag yung milk, china-churn mo para maging yogurt. O sige, parang ano lang. Ano yung mga whisk? Parang china-churn mo, di ba? Kinukuha mo yung nectar. Same thing sa ocean, Garbodana Ocean, or Milk Ocean yun. I think Garbodana, di ba yung Earth, yung universe natin sa gitna ng Earth, almost half known is ocean. Then they have to churn it. Kailangan nila kunin yung nectar. And this nectar will make those who will drink it on that optimum health, almost immortal. Churning is they will have a rod, tapos may mga spike yun doon. Tapos they will have a rope, tapos i-twist nila para dire-diretso mo for mahalo-halo, counterclockwise, clockwise. Pero this is the ocean in the universe. So, hindi biro yung magka-churn. Other side will be the demigods. Saka yung other side yung mga demons. Tapos may tali. Si Varuni. Tama, Varuni yun eh. Yung name ng demigod na yun. Tapos they have to churn it. Salit-salit na ganun. Yung makukuha nila nectar ay yung magbibigay sa kanila ng almost immortality. Almost. Supreme health. So, ginagawa nila yun. Sinchurn nila yung ocean para makuha yung nectar. Pero magiging poisonous din yung yung matitira kasi nakuha nila. Yung poison na yun ay yung ininom ni Lord Shiva. Tapos ayun yung ginagaya ng mga Shivites na kaya sila nag-smoke ng weed kasi si Shiva nga nag-intoxicate eh. Hindi actually. Si Shiva sinave yung yung ocean na yun. He drank all the poison. So the wrong thinking ng mga tao na kaya ako nag-smoke sa si Shiva. Doon din nagaling yung Rastafarian. Pero, ayun yung nakuwang nectar, eto na, inumin na ng mga demigods saka ng demons, sila yung kumuha, diba? Pero, sa demigods muna ibibigay. Yung magkapainom sa kanila is si Dhanvantari. Siya yung demigod. Si Krishna rin yun, incarnation niya. Demigod sa Ayurveda. Sa medicine, in the form na galing sa Vedas, sa scriptures. So, yung inumin nila, yung isang demon, nagpanggap na demigod. Pumila siya doon. Tapos yung na-take niya, na-realize nila na Demon to eh, natitake niya yung nectar. Si Krishna, pinugutan niya ng ulo yung demon na yun. Pero natake na niya yung nectar. So, naging immortal yung head niya. Pero patay na yung body. So, siya yung lumulutang. Siya si Rahu. Siya yung cause ng eclipse. Kaya very inauspicious sa mga eclipse. Bad omens yon, saka yung mga meteor showers. So, you don't need to expose yourself sa mga ganon. Matuntua ka pa, anood ka pa, ganon. may break na kayo ng girlfriend mo. Na-joke lang. Pero inauspicious yung mga ganon. Kung astrology sa usapan. Yung iba tuwan-tuwa, yung mga modern age, new ages na mga bibilad sila ng kung ano-ano sa ganong klaseng omens. But no, this is actually bad omens. So anyway, so edi that nectar actually may pumatak sa earth. Then napunta yun sa part sa Ganges River. Doon ginagawa yung Kumbh Mela. Search nyo yun. That's the greatest, biggest festival na meron sa buong mundo. Kumbh Mela. Lahat ng saintly person pupunta doon. They will take a bath and it will give them optimum health. Doon yung pinanggalingan ng Ayurveda. And alam mo yung logo doon sa medicine natin na may umiikot na ganon. Ayun yung kundalini nga. So, ayan yung yung tapos, pag full moon, yes. Full moon daw nakakabata pero nakakabaliw. Pili ka lang. Diba? Young looking ka pero medyo insane ka. Prabhu, may I ask what happened to other people who don't have a chance in their lifetime to know about Krishna? Like, they live in the environment doing demoniac acts. It will be very hard for them to be reincarnated closer to being devotees because of Vikarma. Yes. Very hard. That's why the devotees are very merciful. Like all of you. So make all your skills, talents, and whatsoever facilities na meron ka to reach sa kanila, sa mga tao. Like si George Harrison, ginamit niya yung music para dun sa mga taong walang chance makilala si Krishna. Through music, that will be the seed of bhakti. And that will be the start. Music, prasadam, is the food offered to Krishna. That's planting the seed then. Even letting them see or read the books or attending this class description, describing and discussing about Krishna. So yes, sobrang if walang mercy ng devotees, what are the odd chances na makilala natin si Krishna? So that's why the devotees are merciful, making a lot of ways para matanim yung mga seed na yon. Kasi if not, it will be just cycle of birth and death, cycle of birth and death, without getting a chance to see Krishna, to start that bhakti. So yes, whatever you have now, you can do, you can use. Just like yung mga artists na nakikita mo sa mga libro, they use their talents and skills to share Krishna to others in different ways, creative ways. Kaya ka nababalo pag full moon. Huwag lalabas pag full moon, Carla. Mas moody din tao pag eclipse. Yes, hindi lang moody. My brother has ritual for full moon. Hare Krishna, Nicole. Yes. Using sage. Yeah, may nagtanong sa akin dati, Prabhu, pwede ba ilagay ng sage yung japamala? Sabi ko, okay. Pag ginamitan mo ng sage, mapipurify yung sages. Hindi mo makikleanse yung japamala kasi Krishna yan eh. Makikleanse mo yung sage mismo. So, ayun yung Krishna. Yung iba may mga ganon. So, have some ritual. But the same thing, express elevator, you chant Krishna's name. Full moon or hindi full moon. Much more, chant ka pa rin kahit full moon. Kaya pati eclipse. The idea is to always chant. Para hindi ka na umikot sa bahay mo with the sages, play ka ng kirtan or mag-chant ka ng Hare Krishna mga mantra sa bahay niyo. Kasi that sages will affect energy, the material energy. But if you put the spiritual energy, affected lahat yun. Kahit naman hindi lumalabas, Prabhu, nasa bayang baliw pa din. Oh, tapos ngayon chant ka pa ng chant, no? Bulong ka ng bulong sa bahay ninyo. Ano ba yung ginagawa mo? Bulong ka pa ng bulong dyan. Diba? Kaya tutuntuha ako ngayon may mask eh. Pag nasa labas ako, hindi na nakikita nagka-chant ako. Kaya sa tumingin-tingin ako saan-saan. But of course, yung iba naging curious sila. They will ask very meaningful question because of it. And that's the chance, katulad kay Milk. That kind of things that could make the seed of bhakti planted in their hearts. He has the same japa mala. Yan. Very mabigat. Ask mo ko anong chant niya doon. People will have different japa malas. Iba pang forma lang. The question is, paano mo na ginagamit? I've seen yung mga graduation ng mga teachers training sa mga yoga. Nagkirtan kami doon. Then, they're given beads and sinuot na nila. Tapos, nakikita ko palagi yung mga friends ko naman sila. Pero, hindi naman nila ginagamit. Naka-forma lang. So, yes. Ganun. Ritual naman sa full moon is water, oil, and spray. Yes, you can do that, but yeah, don't forget to chant. That's the idea. Always chant. A lot of things you can do, but if you forget chanting, same. It's all material. Good material na bagay, yes, that's good. Pero kailangan natin ng spiritual na energy, spiritual vibration, spiritual knowledge, and spiritual association like you. So thank you very much, my dear ones. I don't want to go yet kasi gusto pa kayong kasama mag-catch up kasi wala tayo kahapon. Pero I just need to. Mga next sa mga agenda for today. Thank you very much, Oliver, Prabhu, Carla, Grazel, Sophia, si Pep, si Josh, si RJ, Milk, Naimi, McCoy, Alet, Princess, si Donna, JM, and Aika. Hare Krishna. I'll see you soon, huh? Hare Krishna. Don't forget to chant your rounds, extra rounds, si Grazel. Don't forget to chant. Saka yung assignment natin. Maganda yung assignment. Watch that film. Bye. Hare Krishna. Think of Krishna and never forget him.